Alright everybody, we have Quota from the Rich Kid and Company, straight out of Houston. You might have known him from Dope House Records, but now he has branched off into Rich Kid and Company, and he's so excited to have this project out, and I'm excited to have him on the show. So thank you for being on the show as well. So tell me, man, you got this project coming out. I see it all over the internet. You mean you're thousands and thousands and thousands of likes and views. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited. It just feels like time.
I mean, honestly, like you started off with the Twin Berettas and Dope House, and I mean, you just did a song with Post Again. I mean, that had tons of views. I mean, that must feel like really cool to you know, branch off and do your own thing. People still show you love, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. It just feels like I said, it just feels like time. I mean, you work so hard and you don't realize how much time passes you up.
Yeah,
you know, yeah, it does, and I just feel blessed. I'm humbled by the opportunity to just do this.
How did you become with Dope House?
Man, it's funny because I actually bumped into Carlos at the bank one day. He almost knocked my door off the car, and I kind of just walked in the bank and handled my business, came back out, and I was back driving toward the hood, and here comes that same Benz, almost cuts me off, and this time I'm like, So I made a U-turn, I parked, I came up to his door, and I knocked on his door, and he like, first thing to calm me down, he's like, do you rap? And like a year later, I had an album with Coast, and we did a Twin Red album.
Cool. How was that working at Dope House?
Man, I learned a lot. That was like my demo. I had never written or recorded. I mean, how many people didn't want to have that kind of opportunity, and I was blessed to have one. So.
Because you were working at Dope House when he was like on the radio and like he was known, or did you start before that?
He had already dropped, I think, like Time Is Money, and he was about to drop the Never Change album.
Okay. So you got to see the whole transition for his, I mean, what he had to go through to get on the radio.
Oh yeah. I mean, I learned a lot from him firsthand because I actually got to know him as a person. You know, he kind of took me under his wing, and he just like, we rolled around a couple, you know, before he got, you know, in trouble. I got to know him personally. But
when it comes to making the music, how different was it back then to how it is now?
As far as what?
Everything, like being in the studio, making the music, recording the music. I mean, is it different? Printing the CDs, now everything's online, like how?
Yeah, I mean, it went from hard copy to digital now.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay. I just think, personally, I can only speak, I kind of zone out and speak from a place that, you know, only I know. You know, and even though it's rap to certain people, I just feel like, it's changed as far as mainstream goes, but I still hold it very, very personal. So I want to just give people whatever they want,
right?
You know. So
when you say people, do you mean the Houston people? I mean, do you mean nationwide?
I've never seen myself as just a Houston artist. I've never just repped for the block or anything like that. I just like to create music. I grew up on a certain music that just wasn't just based on somebody's corner or I rap for my homeboys. And no, I tried to make the best music, period.
For everybody.
Yeah, everybody. I think whether you're in New York, California, Houston, you know, I do it for Houston, but I just feel like we're bigger than that.
Yeah.
You know, and I just make music, period.
Cool.
Yeah.
What do you think Houston has advantages of from different, like what advantages does Houston have other than on top of other cities?
I think Houston is like, they say that if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. You know, well, Houston is like a New York. Mm-hmm. It's a metropolitan area. It's like a gumbo pot of different cultures, of different people, and I think artists are the same way. Houston is special in a way that we don't just have one certain sound. You know, we have a lot of different sounds. It's a melting pot of different type people. I mean, you know.
Bro, that's true. Houston is crazy with the culture, with the food,
everything.
with the music. To have you on the show, it's really cool because we get to talk about your new album, the one that looks like SPM's album. A lot of people ask about that. What is that? I mean, why did you do that? And do you think it's a respect to him, or do you think it's like, oh, he did that, like just like SPM?
I mean, I get mixed reactions, really. I mean, I guess the people that don't know me.
Yeah, I think they have to know why the reason.
So
for those that don't know, they're about to see the album cover. What do you have to say about that and why you did that?
I just feel like showing him some love. He gave me my first opportunity. He didn't have to show a kid like me, you know, love and a place to be heard, you know. And I just feel like now he's locked up, and he doesn't really get to say or give his fans or his people, you know.
What's on his mind.
Exactly. So I just felt like I wanted to take Houston back to that feeling, you know. When he came out, I mean, I remember when he dropped the Third Wish album, which the cover's like, I mean, it was. I mean, he did numbers, ridiculous numbers, especially for being Mexican, you know. So I just felt like I wanted to take the city back to that. I think it's missing that feeling, and that's where I wanted to go with it, and show love at the same time. So
I mean, what do you feel right now? Like, there's no Mexicans on the radio station. I mean, do you think we have a chance?
Oh yeah, I mean, as an example.
What's your plan on that? How do you plan to do how SPM did and get on the radio?
I think you make music, and it takes a certain sound. Honestly, it does. I mean, I wish that everybody could get on the radio. Just not everybody can, though. You got to have a certain sound, and I think I got that sound. I really do. I'm confident, and I think I've got something for them.
Yeah, you got some good stuff.
I appreciate it.
So, I mean, I'm excited for you, and I'm happy for you, and I think this album right here, when people get a hold of it, they're about to do big things with it. Because you've been holding it on lock for a while.
I have, but you can't rush perfection. And
how long have you been working on it? So, you know, for those that don't know how long it takes to make a masterpiece, how long has it taken you?
Well, I've probably been working on this for like a good 1.5 2 years. But I mean, this project. I've actually got others already, you know, in the works. I've got 2 other projects ready. I'm working on another one, and I just love working. I mean, yeah, I don't see it as work anymore. It's me. I love music.
Now, when it comes to producers or people that want to send you beats, are you picky on who sends you beats? Or?
Absolutely. I have a real high standard. I mean, I just feel like if you want something, you got to give it your all. So I feel like sometimes if you don't raise that bar, you're never gonna get better. And I haven't reached the point where I don't feel the need to get better. I'm always trying to work harder and
right, because I mean, honestly, there's no finish line in the entertainment business. I've said that before. Once you get to a certain spot, you can't stop. You gotta keep going and going and going. So it's not just for everybody. So, I mean, you and your partner have, you know, started Rich Kid and Company. How hard is it to open up your own label? Do you think being independent is better than getting signed, or I mean, what's your advice?
It's extremely difficult to start your own label independently. It's difficult, but it also has its positives too. I mean, I think on a label you don't get the freedom to the creative freedom that that we get, and that's where hip hop comes from. Being able to have a voice and speak from a certain place, and I kind of like being, who I am, making the type of music I like making.
Yeah. And sending it out whenever you want.
Yeah.
And printing it out whenever you want.
And saying what I want to say.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. Well, thank you so much. There you go, everybody. Quota. Where can we find you, and where can we hit you up to work?
I'm everywhere. Man, if you don't know me, get used to the face, get used to the voice. Money needs to get used to my account. You can find me on Facebook, it's Quota Music. You can find me on Twitter, it's Quota Keezy. You can find me at quotamusic.com. You can find me in every stereo coming pretty soon. The albums are coming. I appreciate Athena for getting me on the show, Beat Finders TV. Get used to the face. Hi, Mom.
There you go, everybody. Quota. For more footage, go to Beat Finders TV, beatfinders.net, and we out.